It's that time. Are you ready? It's that time. It's the Beachcomber Report. Yay! Okay, here we go. Ready? Last week I was in California, so I wasn't with the physical beachcomber in my garden, and it is lovely to be here. There are 3 things on the first page. One is that James Warren is acquitted of attempted murder, which we told you about last week. I don't know why it made the front page this week. Probably because it came out after printing. Just says that both the guys that were involved in this had used drugs that evening, and that the defendant had proved to the jury that he acted in self-defense, not attempted first-degree murder. So there you go. Stay away from drugs. Next, there was a forum for the ferries. More news about the ferries. Can you believe it? And we had 3 of our representatives there who fundamentally said nothing, can do nothing, have literally no say about this, demanded that we write to Olympia, thinking they were Olympia, that they could help us, but apparently not. They pledged to work on it, but we'll see. There really wasn't that use. Look, the meeting was great. The forum was great. It was great to get people with, into some sort of a productive versus a bitching mode, which is nice. But fundamentally, the issue is so intractable and so involved that there's just no good solution on the horizon. There's the money for the boats, that's one thing. Where's that going to come from? I mean, it should come from car tabs, and it should come from what was allocated, but of course, finding money for real problems is never easy. And then you got a problem with training people and getting people set up to work the boats. And there's no public fill plan for that. There's no way to know how many people, they've said how many people are needed, but they don't say how many people are in the pipeline, how long it takes to train them, what their attrition rate is from people that start the training to completing the training. So how many more people? There's no public version of what I would call a fill plan. Like, we need 12 positions, so that means we need 20 people in the pipeline, and it'll take 2. That information is not available, and I think without that, we're simply not dealing with reality. So if you live on the island, this year has been the worst year anyone can remember for reliability of the boats. It's just fun. Is a good context. I would keep it in fun. Whimsical. I think I called it whimsical in some post. And then the other piece is about the Bird King, and I'm going to wind up doing a whole separate video about the Bird King because he looks super cool. I don't know if you can see that. But it's a recycled wood project, and it's all over the Pacific Northwest. They make these huge trolls, and this one is of the Bird King out on Maury Island, and it's pretty cool. So there'll be a video of that coming your way, just that, because I think that's totally badass. Other than that, just a couple other notes in there that King County sold its North End Fire Station. Big time news there. And then the community pub and smokehouse closed. Apparently they wouldn't give a long-term lease to the current tenant, and she packed up and moved, understandably. If she's not going to get a long-term lease, that makes sense. It's a shame that they wouldn't extend her lease. I don't understand the thinking there, but they didn't call me to ask, so I don't get any say about that. And then other news, what passes for news on this sleepy little island in the Puget Sound is the pharmacy. Is it the pharmacy? Yeah, the pharmacy is now scheduling appointments for the new COVID vax, the flu vax, and the RSV vax. And if you're over 60, you're eligible to get the RSV vax. They recommend that you don't get that at the same time as the COVID vax if you're going to get whatever version of this COVID vax is, or the flu vax. You can get the flu vax and the COVID vax at the same time, though. Big news. Okay, so that's happening. Anything else? There's a couple of art things coming up. There's a gala auction at the Vashon Center for the Arts. That looks really cool. A bunch of local artists have given artwork there that you can buy at that auction to support the Vashon Center for the Arts. That's a very cool fundraiser. And Mark Solomon is coming to play Chopin, which is always nice. Alex Jordan, who's a alt-country singer, is playing for free. That's going to be at the open space, and that is going to be free on this Saturday. That looks cool. And then the Vashon Havara has a couple of Irish musicians coming, and that's going to be on Tuesday, the 26th. It's between Yom Kippur and Sukkot. That looks very interesting. Girls varsity soccer won 3 in a row. Cross-country season has started, and there you go. That is all the news I feel like talking about. That's all the news there is on this sleepy little island. If you got any questions about living on this sleepy little island, and you can fight the boats to get over here, let me know. I'm here to help. Happy to help you with any of that. Looks very, very cool. Nothing else particularly happening. Keep an eye out for my video on the Bird King, and have a great week. Peace.